You've made a cuff bracelet, but now you're unsure about the right wrist measurements and where to trim the metal. In this quick and easy tutorial, I'll show you how to measure your wrist without a ruler, tape measure, or calipers, just a small piece of wire. And then the difference between slightly flexible versus solid, rigid cuff bracelets and how this affects the sizing. And finally, the correct way to measure the cuff opening and where to trim your bracelet for a perfect fit. I hope you find value in this video. Hi, Alison here. I've got an array of bracelets set out here as examples. I will show you them now. We're working with copper today. This method will work with any soft metals or metals for that matter, gold, silver, etc. So let us start off with the actual fitting of your, or measurement, should I say, of your wrist. All right, so what we do is take a little piece of wire. You're going to need two pieces of wire. Initially, when you get into it and you've made quite a couple of bracelets, you'll see you'll only end up using the one piece. You eyeball the measurements. It's very easy. So start in the middle of your wrist, and the wire must be pretty firm. It mustn't buckle when you buckle and bend and that type of thing. And right dead center, you're going to nip that piece of wire off right there. Okay? You're going to make two of them the exact size. Okay, with one, you're going to, I keep this one, it's galvanized wire, it's pretty firm, it keeps its form nicely. So I've got that one, but we're going to make one up for you out of the one of the wires. Just let's bend it into place quickly. Okay, so bend this into a C shape. Now, your measurement, you'll see you've got a soft spot here and a soft spot there. Put this wire in there over this bone, just so it's slightly pushing into that soft spot. In other words, firmly, but not too much. So without buckling your piece of wire now, just push it gently over your arm and into place. A lot of people like wearing their cuff bracelets over here. If you are perhaps wanting the measurements of a wider bracelet and you want to wear it above this little bone, some people like wearing it there, then take your measurements from wherever you want to wear your bracelet. We're going to be using this area here. That is our exact measurement of our wrist. Okay, so take it off. I like, you can just as you put it on, slip it off again. I like going past that little P bone and slipping it off like that. Okay, so this is going to be perfect for any bracelet that has a bit of flex in it. Okay, and why I'm saying that is you can put, let's put this one on, open it slightly, push it on, and you can actually push it in. I like it a little bit secure. It hooks on things, and closer that gap is to the ends, the better for me. It's up to you how you like your bracelet worn. So that is, to me, a nice comfy fit. Um, Also my opinion. And you want to take it off, you just slip it off, slip it into one of those soft spots and pull it off. This measurement is going to be perfect for bracelets that have a little bit of flex. Just be careful if you have something like this that you've actually hammered. Keep your gap the same as this piece of wire here. You don't want to go bending and flexing something like that. It becomes brittle at a weak spot. It gets work hardened and you'll see it'll either crack there or it'll deform your pattern. So you can almost
this is going to almost fall into the same category as your solid bracelet. So don't, or I wouldn't play around with the gap. I would leave it exactly like that, slip it on. Okay, this is huge for me, but you get the idea, I'm sure. Same with that, hammered. I'd leave that gap just like that. So let's move on to the solid cuff bracelets where you have got absolutely no flex. You're going to keep that gap exactly the same, okay? But what you're going to do is you're going to nip about a centimeter off of your piece of wire for the solid bangle bracelets. I'll tell you why. I'll show you. Let's take this one, doesn't matter. So my gap is basically the same. I put this on. Some people like it pretty loose. Depends on whether it's a thick bracelet or a stack bracelets, little thinner ones. But this to me is a little bit loose. I can't tighten it up. So what I'm going to do is when I measure my workpiece, I'm not going to keep it to this measurement. I'm going to nip about a centimeter off it. And that's going to get rid of that play over there. That is entirely up to you. If you like it to fit like that, then leave it the same as your original measurement. Okay, so that is I'll just show you the thinner bangles, basically the same sizes as that one. Also no flex in them, but they're quite nice, loose. Thicker bracelet I don't fancy too loose. So I think that is now the measuring and the fitting. So we come to the workpiece itself. So you've done your pattern. So you take your original little piece of wire. This has got flex in it. If you were working with something like that, which is more solid, I think it's the same as that, you would nip about a centimeter off of that wire and measure it to that. But one with a bit of flex in it, you take the original measurement, measure it, trim it off, finish off your ends, and bend your bracelet into a cuff. I hope I've given you enough info, and this is going to enable you to correctly size your bracelet or workpiece. And if you have any questions, I will try and help. Please pop them in the comments. I would love to hear from you.